Yash. So, see, the thing that makes all this really difficult, chronic pain and neurological disorders, is that we're so sensitive. This is the whole thing. We're just way too sensitive. Certain thoughts, emotions, external stimuli, sounds, everything can trigger this neurological response. Like, oh, there's stress. That's the signal. For somebody else, they don't even notice it. But for somebody with a really sensitive nervous system, it's like everything is a signal to like tense up and manifest symptoms. If you have Tourette's, then you'll have tics. Or if you have OCD, you'll go into some ritual. And anxiety, you'll just feel like, oh no, like something's not right. But you feel like that, like over anything. That's the problem. Or if you have chronic pain, it can cause a flare up, or your focus will be on it. So it's like, that's a hell of a situation. See, those who have this know. So the reason that diet liquids, it raises the frequency and vibration so that this response, this fight or flight response, it's not so overactive. That's my experience, in my words, how that works, you know. I wrote some things because I don't want to miss anything, but I have it pinned to where I can't really see what I wrote. As I shared in the other video that I made with the diet, when I eat as little as possible, see, eating costs energy. And if you have any kind of true chronic situation, you need to preserve as much energy as you can through diet, through preserving your sexual energy or semen retention. Girls also, you need to preserve your sexual, that's a way that you can lose your energy. Now, it's a great escape from these chronic symptoms. That's the whole problem. That's the whole struggle. It's like you want to escape from this. We want to do something that's going to give us a temporary escape. And so then we'll eat a bunch of food or watch and engage in things that we shouldn't, that cost energy. We need to preserve our energy. When we eat, not just overeating, just solids in general. If you got a true chronic case, pay attention when you eat and what you eat. Do you notice a shift in your symptoms? Now you might feel okay for a minute after you eat. You might feel, but then how do you feel after? See, one has to do introspection and really get in touch with these things, because if you have the same findings as I did, then you're going to be more open and receptive to what I'm sharing. So I've discovered that the eating, when I eat food, I used to never want to eat when I was growing up because I just felt bad every time after I ate. The symptoms were worse, anxiety, restlessness, all that. I was like, damn, can I just stop eating? I got fascinated with breatharianism because I was like, I just don't want to eat. But that's also not the destiny, because if you don't eat enough, then the symptoms will also get bad. So eat too much, don't eat enough, it's like the same symptoms, you know, negative. So what to eat, how to do that, how do you work it? I found a bunch of liquids that work really good. You got to find liquids that are super potent with electricity, and at the same time, they don't take a lot of energy to digest. Now, if you're living off liquids all day because you see the benefit of this, but yet you get hungry during the day and you need some like grounding earth element, then like I'll have a piece of fruit. I start to try it with a piece of fruit. Like I'll have banana and some prunes or something. And if that doesn't really work, then, but it always works actually. I'll have a banana and prunes and some coconut water. That takes the edge off. If I exercise that day or something and I need something a little more, I'll have a handful of peanuts. But then I'll get back to the liquids. That's the thing. And then at night, I have a grounding meal. And I'm still always looking how to modify that last meal. Because if I don't eat enough, I don't sleep, and then that aggravates the whole symptoms again. So I usually have soup at night. And and then some peanuts after. You got to work this. It's an individual thing. But once you get the gist of what I'm saying, if this resonates, then automatically your intuition's going to kick in, and then it's going to guide you on how to carve out a healthy diet for you that reduces these symptoms. And you'll just be vibrating at a higher level so that you're not overly excessively sensitive to your own thoughts and feelings or external stimuli. But your own thoughts and feelings are going to be more balanced too. You see, any of this stuff can trigger these symptoms. That's the whole conundrum, you know. It's really complex for those who don't have this stuff. They got no idea. And then if we got to reduce stress in our life, because that's the other thing. So let's say we've realized that eating too much, overeating, or eating food in general causes a reaction in more symptoms. So we're trying to have more of a liquid diet. Then if we have certain habits or certain company or environment that is causing stress, then that's going to make us want to eat, because the body is like, it feels stress, it wants something to calm it down, and the go-to is usually the food. So then it wants to eat the food, but we can't escape from the inflammation that starts to occur when we eat the food. So what to do? You got to reduce your stress too. Diet, preserving sexual energy, reducing stress via a healthy lifestyle, environment, the company you keep, etc. All those things work together, but it's not an overnight thing. This is an evolutionary process. You keep refining it and fine-tuning as days go on. I don't know how many people this is speaking to. Like, let me know. Like, is there anybody that this resonates with? Like, do these words land in you somewhere? Let me know, because I don't know. I don't get a lot of feedback on this channel. My other two channels, but see, they do better, but they're more mainstream. I mean, nothing I do is mainstream, but what I'm doing now is super not mainstream. So, yeah, I need some feedback, and let me know. All right, have a good day.